rush? Tonight is young and we not drunk enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but your girl is back and better. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieve my ombre highlights. And we're starting off with raw Vietnamese wavy hair from my brand with a 7x7 closure. I believe the length is 26 inches. But yeah, so moving on, you guys know that I love the Blonde Me bleach. For foil, I just use the regular foil that we be using in the kitchen. Our gloves, you know, you're getting all your materials together. The consistency you're looking for is more so like a creamy, buttery consistency. You don't want it too thick. You don't want it too watery. You just want that creamy consistency to where when you're applying the bleach to the hair, it's super smooth, it's easy to apply, and I feel like the hair takes better when the bleach is mixed properly. So as you can see before, I only use 2 scoops of bleach, and the developer is something I eyeball, but I don't like to put a whole bunch of bleach in the bowl and then I'm wasting products. So as I go, I'll add more bleach if I need it, or I'll add more developer if I need it. So I did go ahead and part my unit out on the side part. I only did this because I know I'm only going to wear this wig on the side part. So if you want, you can start off in the middle if you know you're going to wear a middle part and a side part. But of course, we're going to put our unit into 3 sections, and I'm going to show you how I begin my first set of highlights. So I do have a detailed video on how I do my highlights on my page already, but this is more so of an ombre effect because we're honestly doing the highlights towards the end rather than doing them towards the root. So here I'm just doing something called weaving, and I'm just weaving out the pieces of hairs that I want highlighted. The size that I'm doing is on the smaller side, but you can it's all up to you on what size highlights you want. But for this look, we're going for the smaller highlights. Here I'm just wrapping my foil at the ends of my rat tail comb, and then I'll begin applying my bleach. When applying your bleach, you want to make sure that you're not making a line of demarcation. You want to make sure that you're feathering. As I'm doing here, I'm making sure that it's a smooth transition from the black to the highlights. And when I say smooth transition, I'm trying to say that you don't want the start of your highlights to be super harsh. You want everything to just gradually come together from the black hair to the highlights. You want everything to just gradually look like you're creating an ombre effect with it, if I'm making sense. That's why it's important to feather so that your highlights do not look harsh. It just looks super natural and seamless.
We both still young, so what's the rush? Tonight is young and we not drunk enough. You'll come around if I don't do too much. We had a
So when I do highlights, I always do the very top on each side first, and then I'll work my way to do the whole entire unit. I do this because I just want to make sure that the very top looks as even as possible color wise. So again, we're going to weave, take out the pieces that we want highlighted. You're going to take your foil, wrap it around the rat tail comb to position your highlights, and we're going to feather, apply our bleach, and be sure that you're completely covering the hair with bleach. You don't want your highlights to be blotchy. You want everything to be completely covered. And yeah, we're just doing the same steps we did before on this side.
Let's make love. That be the reason that you always hit me up. I swear, you like the way I fuck cause I get rough. You told me your new man don't make you nut, that's a damn shame. You come here, I knock your pussy out the damn frame. Remember that last time I made you miss your damn plane. Remember that last time I wasted down with champagne. Remember that? And I know I've been the worst, but I love you better.
What I just sectioned out is a section of hair that I'm not going to highlight. You don't want your highlights to be too close to each other because then it's not going to look like highlights. So you want to give each highlight a little space in between one another. So here I'm doing what we've been doing since the beginning of the video. We're just taking a piece of hair that we want highlighted. We're weaving the actual highlights that we want. You're going to take your foil, wrap it around your rat tail comb, and apply your bleach to the hair. The main thing you really want to remember is to feather, because you do not want any harsh highlights, and to completely cover the hair with bleach because you don't want blotchy highlights. You want everything to be as seamless as possible. I did about 5 or 6 highlights, and I think I did about 5 on the other side too, but this side is all done, and now we're going to work on the other side and the back.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, 2-turn baby girl, you know me, still with the dolls that I grew beside, all the niggas round me, die and they die, gotta watch the time cause it's flying right by. I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, 2-turn baby girl, you know me. All the niggas round me, right at it die. Gotta watch the time, cause it's flying right by. I just caught a shorty off a Finsta. Just the one really, it's a crenshaw. Way that I've been living unconventional. I'm just trying to make it to the end, you know. Certain things have started getting tense up. Think we need to have a sun adventure. I could be a man, but maybe down the road. Right now, I would see my heart turn to chrome. Rather see my heart turn crystal. I can't even find like I'll miss you. Right now I'm just stuck inside the crib on my own.
So now I'm just looking at the highlights, the first few highlights that I did, to see what they're looking like. And you want to make sure that you're continuously checking any color job that you're doing just to see what it's looking like. I had set a timer for 25 minutes, but I didn't leave it on for that long. I actually left it on for about 12 minutes. But if you wanted it lighter than what I got, then you can leave it on for 25 minutes. But make sure that you're continuously checking. So yeah, I took out all the foils, and now I'm just going to go wash out the unit with shampoo only because I did apply another color on top.
Soon as I pick up, I'm about to pop up on your phone. Like I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, PT, 2-turn baby girl, you know me. All the niggas round me.
Okay, so like I said before, I only wash the hair with shampoo only because I will be adding another color on top of the highlights. So what I'm doing is just putting it in the dryer for like 10-20 minutes just so that it could dry a little bit, because I was not trying to deal with trying to color super wet hair. So I let it dry a little bit and then I'll be applying the color. So originally my intentions was just to leave the unit as is. The most I'd probably do is tone it if it came out orangey. But I was looking at this unit, and you're just going to see me just continuously playing with it. And I'm like, I have this wig somewhere in my house. Like, I own a wig that looks very, very similar to this. So why would I make it again? So after going back and forth and trying to figure out what color highlights I wanted, I decided to just settle with the 9NN from Color. And I use 40 volume developer. And I'm like, let me see what this will give me.
I'm outside in it.
So with Color, you're supposed to mix 1 part of the Color with 2 parts of developer. So you're just going to see me pour the developer into the same bottle the color came in, just to make sure that my measurements are exact. And after that, we're going to mix our color and we're going to apply it onto the unit. So what I noticed with using 40 volume developer, it ended up lifting the whole entire unit. So if you don't want that, I would just try to section out the highlights you already bleached and then apply the color, because later on in the video you're going to see that I have like a brown base and then you'll see my highlights. So it kind of looked like I did like a double process highlight kind of thing going on. You'll understand better later on in the video, but in the end I liked how the unit came out.
All the niggas round me, gotta watch your time, 'cause it's flying right. 2-turn, baby girl, you know me.
Now everybody go to breakfast. To go out for the result, nothing to discuss. Cause I win by default, and without any doubt. I'm a me happy adult. I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the guys out. I'm a mind that's really dark. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love. I know holy, and I know they care both. Like the Baba Frayo, don't cry, yo. And if you go and shadow, and if you go and shadow, and if you go and shadow, I did what I got when they kill Obama. I did try to buy moto, want Toyota Corolla. My feelings been this swing like Django Lover. Feelings been this swing like Django Lover. Now you crash your Ferrari for Lucky Bona. Now so much you make it have been all over. My feelings today swing like Django Lover. Feelings today swing like Timbani get you, what you. I'm a white dog in Fendi suit. Why you say I did nothing for you? If I do anything you want me to do, Timbani get you, what you. I'm a white dog in Fendi suit. Why you say I did nothing for you? If I do anything you want me to do, maybe another time, maybe another life, you will be my wife, I will get it right.
Okay, so I did go ahead and wash out the color, and then the very next day I went ahead and plucked it and parted it the way that I like, took my baby hairs out, etc. And this is what I mean by how the 40 volume developer gave me like a brown base, but you could still see the highlights. This wasn't my initial look I was going for, but I feel like it still came out very, very cute. You know, with color, things happen, so it's whatever. I like it, and I feel like it came out really, really pretty. I did go ahead and style it, and yeah, I hope you guys learned something, even though I made a couple mistakes, but in the end it really did come out super nice. But let me know what else you'd like to learn. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Now we go chop breakfast. Have to say bye bye yo, to the love.